trying to figure out some kind of inspiration popping. The problem with the wareship, on the other hand, is that I've cleared the area out of the few herbs that were originally here, so I might be able to realize what tree they were meaning. There was at least one near the swamp, but there aren't that many great trees. I think there was one great tree somewhere here. Could talk to the Titan if we would know the Titan's language. I feel like I might have seen a book like that somewhere. Like a shopkeeper selling it somewhere, and it's ridiculously expensive, but you really don't have a use for it, so you just pass it. Temple of the Dead would be all go meet Cassandra. I don't feel like the Titan thing is a big deal, in the sense that there the answer is not obvious. I mean, if you recall who the traitor was, if it even is a traitor, then yeah, it might be simple for you, but it doesn't feel like one of those things where the game funnels you in that direction. It feels like it's something extra. I'm going to go and meet with Cassandra, because I want to see if there's anything we can do there without actually having to fight her. Maybe even just talk to the cat mage. Anything to get a little bit of a clue what to do. We know we can't fight. But do I need to basically just kill myself and just send one of our guys as a corpse into the temple, or what? Is there a way to fake it? The Shrine of the Dead, probably.
You were always the only one, Ahu. I need you back, and I shall have you back. Centuries I've seen devoid of a single instance of affection.
I wonder why. Everything you touch dies. Everything you behold withers. You are the Queen of Death, and your rule is one of bloody obliteration.
I am what I was made. What do I spy? Remarkable. A living, breathing something, it seems. You dare to approach me here, mortal? Don't you know who I am? Don't you know what I do?
Well, tell me about yourself.
The sister of the king, of course. The phantom of the woods, of course. The mother of all corpses, of course. The ruler of the dead. It is self-evident. I am Cassandra, queen of the Phantom Forest. And you have come where you are not welcome.
Okay, you say you're the sister of the king. Which king do you mean?
The only king, Brachus Rex. He rules all of Rivellon, and I, his double, rule too. For a time, at least. We were forged together by our very souls, and all that was his was mine, and all that was mine his. But it's no wonder you haven't heard of me. He's gouged me from history, one statue, one tablet, one scroll at a time. But make no mistake, I live. Strange, isn't it? How a love greater than the gods themselves can tear you from time. But time matters little to me anymore. No, it floats past me unfelt as light upon a blind eye.
You say your brother removed you from history. Why would he do such a thing?
To hide his weakness, to conceal his greatest misdeed. My brother was a kind ruler before he became a rabid tyrant, but his descent into madness was swift. Power he gained, and with it, a terrible fear of death that hounded him ceaselessly night and day. He stationed 100 guards outside his bedchamber and mine, but still he kept awake all night, expecting assassins. He soon determined that he must diminish his risk. I, his sister, forged to his soul, was his greatest liability. My death would spell his, and so he sought to break the bond between us.
Did he do it? Did he break your soul forge?
My brother is a clever sort. Once he sets his mind to a task, it's good as done. Brachus discovered that while we lived, the forge could not be broken. But this did not deter him. No, for Brachus, there are only temporary difficulties. And so he turned me into an immortal creature. Living, yes, but wedded to death. A Lich, destined to roam, ever half alive among the world of the living. We were lost to one another. We who had walked hand in hand through all of life. We who shared each thought, each trial with perfect understanding between us. I was cast out and aside. And Brachus, empowered by his new freedom, went on to rule. But I've never forgotten his betrayal. No, I've spent centuries searching, seeking, until the perfect solution appeared before me. How better to have guaranteed my brother hated his own cold, cruel heart than to make him feel my torment. I discovered how to restore our soul forge, and I determined to bind our souls once more. The torment of the never-arriving grave would have haunted him as it haunts me. The pain his betrayal caused me would have been his to savor. But in the end, my brother found a worse fate than any I could have devised. Source King that he was, Brachus was stricken down not once, but twice. First deposed, then resurrected, then defeated once more. I can think of no finer torture for that proud madman than to come to the cusp of glory, only to be cast back down for all time.
I'm glad to hear the news of your brother's fate pleases you, for it was I who slew Brachus as he rose from his grave.
Is that so? You, a frail mortal, laid low the eternal crown of Brachus Rex? How sinfully inglorious. Yes, how humiliating for the so-called Lord of Chaos to find himself run through by a slave to age and order. I do believe thanks are in order. To show my gratitude, I will allow you to roam my woods at your own discretion. This is no mean feat that I swear to tolerate the stench of your living flesh, mortal. Take it as a tremendous honor.
Okay, so this might be the key to getting things moving forward here. You said you discovered how to restore a soul forge. I'd be much indebted to you if you could share this information.
Is that so? And how might I weigh the debt of a mortal? Could you do more for me than, say, a boar, a wolf? Does your kind not serve me best when the lovely blush of rot swells along your delicate hide? Still, I do suppose we could come to an agreement. Ahu, the one I love, is reluctant to admit that he loves me too. He clings to the past like a fading old man. So I desire to drive him from denial into acceptance. He is a stubborn one, though, that pussycat. And he has mastered the magic I once filled him with better than I had foreseen. That is why I need an ingredient even he cannot resist. An ingredient called stasis fern.
Yeah, I already have it.
There is a spirit in this forest called Shiera, who is known to possess like rarities. Alas, she seems to have quite vanished. It's simple, really. Find her, obtain the stasis fern, and the spell you desire shall be yours.
I don't think I could find any kind of use for the stasis fern. What exactly is a stasis fern?
It is an anomaly. A plant that is said to have grown in another realm altogether than Rivellon. The first garden, a place of myth and miracle.
I'm not sure I want to give the fern now. I want to talk to Arhu first, so maybe he can pitch in here. What's the significance of the fern?
There, so the spirits of this forest told me. It bloomed and delighted with its fragrance no more. Yet taken from the first garden and brought here, it took on source-like particularities. Its magic is one of permanence. A magic as eternal as the world from whence it came, and with it, what I want will be mine. Ahu, my lover forever.
Yeah, that seems like something we don't want to keep to Cassandra. I suppose that if you want to use Stasis Fern to make Arhu a man forever, he could be made a cat forever as well.
Obviously, but that would be a disaster now, wouldn't it? A disaster of such proportions that I'd have to vent my rage on your innards.
Hey, let's discuss Arhu.
There is nothing left to discuss, oh frail little bit.
Fortune!
You will submit to me. You will take the guise I have given you.
Never. Curse the human corpse
I'm
and curse
thinking
the human
Arhu has an
consciousness you've
alternative
given
plan
me.
to suggest to us.
Happier was I as
Where's Lo?
no cat.
Ours was happiness once, and can be again. Why would you resist such promise?
Because you are no longer a woman worthy of love.
I'm sort of bothered by the fact that I missed the second part,
You are
Sword.
a duel beyond redemption.
Because all of these
This
other
entire
parts have
forest
been
is
in
nothing
fairly
but
obvious
your avatar.
places.
It sickens me.
Perhaps you are meant to be my redemption.
I have
Submit to
to
me and
skip
all
some
this
quests
horror
though,
will
for
vanish.
I suppose more or less
Save
role-playing
your
reasons.
breath, Cassandra.
That
I'll
could
not
explain
be
it.
swayed by your lies.
You were
Solid damage,
always the
critical
only
chance
one,
increase,
Ahu.
300% damage on
I need
critical
you
hits,
back,
dexterity,
and I shall
speed,
have
lore
you
master,
back. Centuries I
70%
see
chance to
devoid
set
of a
lowered
single
armor for 2
instance of
turns. That's on a
affection.
normal hit.
I
So this
wonder
is a good
why.
bow, apparently.
Everything you touch dies. Everything you behold withers. You are the queen of death, and your rule is one of bloody obliteration.
I am what I was made, my pet. Why judge me by laws that do not protect?
Source Hunter, how glad I am to see you. Tread carefully. Weigh your every word. Cassandra has become more devious than I ever dared dream.
Nothing particularly interesting here. I think I'll buy some of the resurrection scrolls maybe. Just in case. We've come all this way together, and I still have to say, curiosity is about to kill the cat.
You hit the nail on the head, Hunter. That is exactly what Cassandra wants to do. Kill the part of me that is cat, and claim for herself that which is human. No! I cannot bear it. I cannot. I am a cat, and always was. I remember my many siblings. My mother giving us suckle, licking me clean with a gentle purr. Yes, I remember the freedom of a pre-conscious existence. That is who I am, not a man. For what is it that humanity has given me? Nothing but suffering. Nothing but hurt and heartbreak. So stop her, Hunter. For the love of the Seven, stop Cassandra. To be human for all time is a fate worse to me than death.
I need to weaken her, no matter what I do. I have the status burn. It, along with your cat form, is yours if you wish. I might not be able to back out from this.
Source Hunter. Words fail me, like they should a mere animal. Consciousness I will never be able to leave behind, but the taint of
We probably have
humanity
to load.
all
I can't
the
survive
more.
a fight. Yes.
Thank you. For every star in the sky, may the divines bless you. Nothing can deny my true self now. Was before, Cassandra. Not even your vile
Yeah, I can't do that until I've weakened Cassandra. So, we're still sort of stuck. I have a couple of ideas. One would be, naturally if we would have, one of our guys would be a zombie, we could probably send him to the Palace of the Dead. Maybe we could kill one of our guys and send it there. Then there's the Shrines of Death in the previous maps. Maybe those could be used to trick the magic to let us through. Then there was the hatch, which I still don't have a idea how we make use of that. I feel like that's just a very minor extra thing, but who the hell knows. And we could talk to the Titan, if we would know how the language works. This is so hard to miss, so it can't totally be insignificant minor idea. Right. I'm gonna check the End of Time to see if there's a book about that, and I'll leave things there. I'll have to maybe test some things out. I don't have a ready answer to almost anything now. We could also, you know, we have a lot of things we could try, but they might all be wrong, failed. We also have previous things that we've sort of bypassed, but I don't see how most of them would make any kind of difference here. Some of them might.
How might I serve our mission? Ask, and I shall answer, if I can.
Good to see you on the shelter plane. A home away from home, like the imp said to the ballista operator. Shoot!
Think I could fly straight to the void? I think I could fly straight to the void. Oh!
What's the word, Source Hunter?
A bit drafty in here, isn't it? Are we near
A question has
None of this really seems to help.
Why are there two of us? Two beings.
I
that
feel
would
like
all
I would,
exist
if I had the
parallel to
book
one another.
already, I would have been able to just call.
Hello, 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 Source Hunter! Oh!
Hello, my friend. Have you found the time to answer them? A is for horses. Maybe I ought to say chick. A.
At least they're staying put
You.
now.
What sort of excellent collectibles have you?
Zap, zap, zap! Careful now, you're...
There aren't that many shopkeepers here.
A is for horses. Maybe I.
Ah! Oh, it's you! Yes! Oh no! Oh heavens! It's happening! It's happening again!
Oh, what a great jokes. Oh, I could tell a
Hello
joke.
again! Here's to have your portrait painted with the imp of the year!
All of heroes should not have anything interesting. Surely not shopkeepers. Just if we want extra party members. That's not necessarily a bad thing though.
Not a moment too soon. Wait till... Of course.
I mean, we could basically try hiring a party member that we have turned into a zombie to send it through the portal, if that's how it works. It might not. And then teleport the rest of the group to it. Ah, Wolfcraft, right. We got something for Wolfcraft, but Wolfcraft was a guy that we have been party. We can restore his voice. Would Wolfcraft be tied to entering the Temple of the Dead then? Because his story arc requires that clearly. I want to talk to him about it right now. We'll have to...
It is done. I know I might well have failed if it hadn't been for you. After that, I shall finally know peace. After that, do you now?
You call to Ulgraf.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
awaits your queries. A wide smile showing all teeth and gum. You call to Ulgraf. He awaits your queries. With a simple nod, the rogue seems to say, "Shh." Ulgraf sighs and pulls parchment parts out of his pockets. He opts for the largest one he can find and sits down, pen in hand.
When I was a kid, friends and I used to play Source Hunters. Neighbour's dog was the sorcerer. Good fun. One day, we saw strangers in the forest. They looked dodgy. Dark robes, big knives. Friends fled, but I followed them. They took a man into a cave, cut his throat, held him over a blue stone. Blood turned it into ruby. I warned the Source Hunters in the city, caught the cutthroats. Source Hunters called me a hero. Bad guys were hung. I witnessed the hanging. Sorcerer spoke a spell before the trapdoor opened. I was mute, just like that. Always wanted to be a Source Hunter, but Source Hunters didn't want no mutiny order. Can't blame them. Too bad though, too bad.
Notice you have quill to write with but no ink. How does that work exactly?
The rogue smiles broadly and dramatically produces the quill in question. He holds it aloft for all to admire, then jots down the following words.
Saw a wizard once in the village up north, Hunter's Edge. Wizard had nifty things. Brooms that sweep by themselves. Big star viewer in the garden. Went into his house by night. Found quill by spellbooks. Kept it. Never needed ink no more.
We could also go back to the mage's house. There was a test asking about some kind of a woman, and maybe we now know the correct answer to that.
Hands used to be black as chimney sweeps. Clean now. Clean of ink, that is, not of thievery. Man's got to eat after all.
Yeah, how did you end up doing what you do?
Wargraf frowns and signals you to hold on for an instant. He begins to write and gives you a scrap of paper.
Not easy being mute. Can't talk and folks think you're slow in the head. No one ever gave me work, though I'm good with my hands. Was poor. Got hungry. Got thirsty. Stole stuff. Then got greedy. Became a cat burglar. Told you, I'm good with my hands. Would have done honest work with them, given the chance. A long time ago. I ain't bitter about it, though. Like the rogue's life. Freedom. Unless the law gets ya. Haven't yet. Too nimble. Too good. Born for adventure.
You call to Walgraf. With a simple nod, the rogue seems to say,
shoot!
Walgraf gives a curt
I don't see any particular benefit.
I assume you address
from
me for a reason. Only fool.
The biggest problem is the son of a bitch dumped most of his stuff on us. Anything plot related got dumped. There has to be other things. Excellent full plate up. What exactly got dumped on me? Probably books that would explain the use. Through the spells. It has to be things that have a decent amount of weight to it. Otherwise it wouldn't make difference. Didn't particularly want to deal with this mess, but it is what it is. Reporter pyramid was probably one of those things. Probably quite a few keys too, actually. Wait a minute, what the fuck was that? Suddenly a massive amount of weight. What did I move about? Bloodstone cage weighs a ton. Yes, the Tenebrium stuff has been here. Tenebrium ore, that's it. Jesus Christ. Yeah, if we get rid of the Tenebrium ore, it'll basically solve all of our problems with the carry weight situation. Yeah, it doesn't really look like we have any easy path forward. The elementals are traders, but I don't recall them having any kind of a book for sale. I think I'll review some of my videos. It's easier to do it that way instead of or adventure on my own time. I want to go to the forge to get rid of the ore, leave things like that. I need to mold this over a little bit. What exactly do we want to do? Gather up ideas to try, something that I can set my mind to and just go. One thing is, what I also want to do is confirm where the stardust herbs were in the Phantom Forest, so we can basically try to see if we can find the were sheep. We can artificially pump up our perception quite a bit at this point, so we should be able to do it if we just have a location. Need more blacksmith, of course. Haven't been doing this in a while though. We have a few items we need to identify too. Enough to identify it. What's that? Intelligence, leadership, could be useful. Not for me, but Broderick. Because we don't really use the wand all that much, so we need a couple of points of extra intelligence from somewhere. Staff is as good as any. I think we need blacksmithing 5 to just smelt the god. No, probably 4 is enough to smelt the ore. +2 perception. We could use these to artificially pump up someone's perception or in order to discover the remains of the were sheep, for example. Constitution, leadership, initiative. Requires strength 10. Speed, initiative, movement, inflict frozen on contact. This is a decent armor piece. Doesn't require anything. So it could be a replacement for Broderick. Less survivability, more speed, initiative, and movement. Might not be a bad thing. There are very few fights where the mages are hard pressed. I'll hold on to that. Looks like a solid armor piece. Armor 110 without any extras. Fire resistance, water resistance, inflict frozen on contact. Potential. Probably not gonna use it though. Massive wand does earth damage, good chance to do criticals. Petrified bleeding, tectonic spray, yeah. Level 19 wand, very good. Very good. It does more damage than the 200 staff I have. Okay. Blacksmithing is 3 and it is not enough. How do you see the container? Thank you, Ren. Not a big thing, but it drastically reduced our carry weights. Right. These are fairly similar. I would lose 1 point of armor specialist, that's it. I would gain better resistances. Movement doesn't really matter because the armor specialist gets rid of the movement penalties. Inflict stun on contact, return to inflict frozen. And we can drastically increase the armor of this chest piece because it's not an upgraded version yet. Yeah. Not sure what armor type this technically is though. It almost looks like I have no idea. Point is, it is upgradable, and I think I will upgrade it. I have a natural crafting 5, so I shouldn't be needing anything extra. Just a question of what type of equipment piece is needed to upgrade it. $120. Should I use the forge to upgrade it? It's probably animal though, not exactly the forge. Yeah, this could end up in a disaster. Nothing new. But armor class is better, more or less the benefits are better. One last thing to really test. Can I just use Tenebrium to reinforce this somehow? I can do it with weapons, but not with armor. The armor we should be able to use the essences though. I'm not sure I want to. Okay. It provides fire and water. What resistances do you have? Water is already at max, but that's because of this armor, so it more or less replaces that. Earth, air, or Tenebrium resistance improvements would be nice. So if I add an earth and air and fire, earth and air could probably be added to this. How about Shadow? What does Shadow do? I'm sure I've tried it before, but I just don't recall. Sneaking +1. No. Makes sense, I suppose. Just not useful, and it might be we might have use for those essences on some other items. So give me a break. Right, so 12 points extra armor rating, higher resistances along basically everywhere. Yeah, the extra work we did on this removed the movement negatives. That's probably what the work on the anvil did. The negative on movement disappeared and it turned into plus 0.1. So this is a genuine upgrade. %66% of physical damage reduction versus enemies of your own level. Fire resistance 84%, water resistance 100%, earth 53, air 55, tenebrium 34, poison 20. Yeah. And I'll leave things here. I need to come up with a plan what we do, so I don't wander around another couple of hours trying to figure out something to get to basically move things forward. I'll probably do some minor testing on things, so I can basically have some kind of idea that actually works. I don't need to test everything, but at least something, so we can either go into the Temple of the Dead or the Temple Source Temple or some other place that something concrete can come out of that.